The Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment celebrated a successful year and unveiled ambitious goals for the next year at a press conference on Friday. Highlighting their commitment to consumer well-being, the Minister of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment announced the launch of a weekly market monitoring initiative. This program will track essential food items like rice, sugar, and oil, providing valuable insights for both the Ministry and the Economic Council. The ministry emphasized that this data will not only inform domestic policy decisions but also offer crucial intelligence on global market dynamics. By closely analyzing stock levels and price movements, the ministry aims to identify potential pressure points and implement timely interventions to ensure stable price and availability of essential goods for all.
Though the price of rice has been high in the international market throughout the year, the price of rice in the Gambia remained relatively stable throughout the year. In the first quarter of 2023, the average price of American rice was $1,713, though the price decreased to about $1,690 through the second and third quarters. It increased back to $1,700 in the last quarter of 2023, which is typical around Christmas and the New Year. The price of rice in the international market increased from 121.8 US dollar in the first quarter to 150 USD in the last quarter, showing an increase of about 23%.
The minister goes on to disclose several accomplishments of his ministry in the year 2023.
Trade restrictive measures do not help the situation as they disrupted the global supply chains with upward pressures on commodity prices. Rice. One of the G20 countries, namely India, plays an important role as a major global supplier of rice, which is our staple food. Many of the G20 countries applied export restrictive measures that pushed the global price of most of those commodities upwards. In response to this situation, the government of the Gambia, through His Excellency, the President, Adama Barrow, he engaged his colleague and brother, Prime Minister Modi of India, for support, and a waiver was granted to allow rice exports to the Gambia on concessional basis.
The minister also disclosed that least developed countries such as the Gambia faced challenges in 2023. The global economy continued to recover from the impact of COVID-19, while the war in Ukraine contributed to inflationary pressures on the price of essential commodities.
The price of sugar was the most affected by inflation and restrictive trade measures from the developed and developing countries, as its major source of production is limited to a few countries such as Brazil, India, China, and the United States. The international price of sugar increased from 0.8 cents US cents in January 2023 to $1.10 by December 2023, representing an increase of 38%, and is projected to keep increasing in 2024. This increment or increase in the international price of sugar was reflected in domestic price, which in turn increased from $2,206 in the first quarter to $2,725 by the last quarter of 2023. To reduce pressures on prices, the ministry takes a number of measures, including access to priority berthing of vessels carrying essential commodities to avoid demurrage charges that may add to the price in the markets.
The development trend in the Gambia is intricately woven with challenges and opportunities across various sectors. A comprehensive examination and analysis of this trend are crucial for crafting a resilient and well-founded development strategy. The newly introduced recovery-focused National Development Plan by the Government of the Gambia outlines the trajectory for the country's recovery from the impact of COVID-19, climate change, and other unforeseen disruptions. Reporting for Kerfatu, I am Fatu Silla.